Hello, YouTube fam. How y'all doing? This is your Uncle Tim. This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, the channel where I rant and I review. I'm your host, Uncle Tim. There's no way in this world you could tell me Black Friday wasn't a flop. Dude, there were no people lined up where I was at. You had some people lined up at Target, a few people at Foot Locker, but not like it was before. Before, you had lines going around buildings, people waiting in the cold, waiting at GameStop, Toys R Us, any damn store that they thought they could get a deal from. J.C. Penney's, Kohl's, Target, Walmart. You ain't got people doing that shit no more. People are looking at it like this. We caught your ass. We caught on. Black Friday is nothing but a way to keep your ass in debt. They want you to shell all this money out on Black Friday, man. And I realized, I said, man, I ain't getting shit out of this. These are not really deals. If I had this stuff in my cart before and it was in there for like $20, now all of a sudden on Black Friday it's like 30. How the hell does that work? You telling me it went up? Is that the deal? That ain't no deal. You running scams, bro. And you know what? People caught on. People tired. We're sitting here in a fucking recession. This is a recession, bro. Shit has done changed, man. We sitting here looking at everything for what it is. We angry, we upset, food prices done went through the damn roof, the gas prices, rent prices is crazy as hell. I know people out there trying to rent a 2-bedroom and they telling me, man, it's like $2,500 for a 2-bedroom. It's me, my wife, and we just had a kid, so we want a room for our kid. And I'm like, what the hell wrong with you? That's a little kid. Leave that kid in the bedroom with y'all. Put him in a bassinet, put her in a bassinet or whatever, and leave her in that bedroom with y'all. Dude, what the old school did back in the day, if we couldn't afford it, we didn't do it. We had 5 motherfuckers in the damn studio. That's how it was back in the day. But now, it's like everybody is going above and beyond, trying to be like, oh man, I could afford all this. Man, no. You got people out here not even paying their damn bills anymore. They stopped paying their student loans. They said, what the hell could they do to me? Shit, you can garnish all you want. You ain't gonna be able to garnish shit. I ain't got nothing to garnish. After paying these bills, I ain't got nothing. And you know what? I'm not telling you not to pay your damn bills, but I paid off all my damn credit cards and my credit score went down. They said, oh, these, basically you paid them all off, so it ain't nothing on them anymore to say you still need credit and all. Man, I'm like, you playing with me. So basically paying off your damn credit cards is not a good thing most of the time, man. Shit. Why you think people let shit lapse? I'm not one of those people, but I'm just saying I see why people are frustrated now. You tell people to save money. They can't save money out here. You barely making it. Shit. Between your car notes, your rent, all other shit you need, food, which costs much as rent, your medications, the gas for your car, the insurance for your damn car, your medication, your health insurance is an arm and a damn leg. You sitting here like, what the hell is going on? Now you got Coca-Cola out there crying, saying that, oh, we must really be in a recession. Our sales are down. Your sales are down because people are trying to get a little more healthy. Plus, your pop is an arm and a damn leg like Pepsi. All of y'all shit is too expensive. Now that, I think they're not allowing soda on EBT. Oh, yeah, that shit is really catching up to everybody. See, the thing was, y'all thought this damn sugar train, this money train would never stop. Shit is stopping. People are starting to get frustrated and saying, the hell with all that. People used to be killing themselves to pay off medical bills. Like, I got to pay all this stuff. They like, shit, let that shit lie. I'm okay. Oh, well, if you don't pay your medical bills, shit, send that shit to collections. That's all I can tell you at this point. It is what it is, man. What you gonna do? I'm gonna send you $5 every, like $5. I'm sending you $5. That's all I got for you, fam. Sis, I ain't got no time to play with you, man. Shit going on, bro. Every time you turn around, there's something new. People looking at you talking about, didn't you hear about this? You like, man, look, I don't want to hear about shit else, man. I'm tired. The teachers complaining, talking about they're not making enough of money. Fuck, y'all don't even work. I'm trying to figure out these kids are off more days than they actually go to damn school. Talking about mental health days. Get the hell out of here. Your ass don't need no mental health. You ain't got no job. As a kid, you ain't got no job. You ain't got nothing to pay for. You ain't got nobody dependent on you. Man, shut up. See, that's the problem with people nowadays. Everybody want to be out there talking about, they got issues. Man, sit your ass down. We going through a recession, bro. We going through a lot of different shit. You know what? To actually own a home now is just ridiculous. People ain't even falling for the okie doke no more. They like, shit, I'm okay. You never gonna own this home. You know what? You may have bought the home, but you don't own the land. Oh, I bought the land at my home. No, you don't. That's why you pay property tax. You don't own that. You're renting it. You may could pick the house up and carry it somewhere else. Yeah. But see, this is what they do until you buy the land. See, this is why people go off and buy land off in places, remote places. Shit, you got to start acting like, Dollar General. All they do is open up stores left and right. And you know what? They're not known for, being the biggest retailer out there. They're known for property. They're the biggest real estate people out there. And see, that's the thing that people don't understand. They so slick with it. They charge their own self rent. They go through shell companies and shit like that. See, this is how rich people continue to be rich. See, while we sitting here, squabbling over nickels and dimes, them motherfuckers over there squabbling over millions and billions. And we sitting here crying over shit like, it's jobs everywhere. Don't let nobody tell you. See, you one of them Democrats over there. You a liberal. No, I'm a realist, man. Motherfuckers out here complaining that there's no jobs. Oh, man, they just talking. See, you need to get outside and touch grass. Motherfuckers outside touching grass and saying the same damn thing. When I'm on a train, I hear it. I'm on a bus, I'm hearing it. I'm at work hearing it. Dude, people out here looking for jobs. Now, all of a sudden, they're trying to fire you when you give your 2 weeks notice. They're terminating you saying, hey, it might be a better fit for you to leave now. So all these years of services I've done don't mean a damn thing. It's all about what I could do for you now. Hell with that. What are you doing for me? You think I'm not going to try to get the best I can? I know people who actually miss their kids, graduations, anniversaries with their spouses and things like that for a job. For a job that don't give not one shit about you. Talking about you signed the NDA so you can't go no damn where else. For, at least for 5 years now in this new system. Hell no. I ain't signed no NDA shit. If I'm going to leave, I'm going to leave. This is what I tell people. Make sure you understand what you're doing, what you're signing, and every damn thing else. Don't be too quick to get a damn job and be like, I got this job, man. You know what? These people ain't loyal. You see now that people can't even survive off of their Social Security, their pension, their 401k, their savings. They're working, and people are like, but see, that's poor planning. No, it's not. How the hell is it poor planning that the mortgages done went up? People like, but see, you're supposed to have a fixed mortgage. What are you thinking? Only thing fixed is the actual mortgage. You still are at the mercy of insurance companies when it comes to your insurance. Because those prices do change along with your property taxes. You could be paying what, 1,000, last year. This year you could be paying 2,000. You could be paying 1,500. Shit goes up and people don't realize. Yes, you got people out there burning their property tax bills in the middle of the damn street because they're upset. They're angry because they're being taxed so damn hard. It's kind of damn near hard to be alive right now. And they talking about, we're about to start doing a different way with these student loans. We're about to get you. People looking at it just like this. I'm going to carry my ass back to school if that's what we doing. I'm going to be in school for the rest of my damn life. Shit, you got to dig me up and try to get your damn money from me, shit. Dude, I'm sitting there listening to this shit. People going in because they mad, they frustrated, man. Think about it. Your Thanksgiving, remember a few years back, they started opening up on Thanksgiving retail stores because they wanted to make money. They had Black Friday, then they had after Turkey Day, Thursday. Dude, please. That shit lasted for a while. Now all of a sudden they ain't even doing that shit no more. Stores are not opening up no more. They're closed. Why? Because people are frustrated, angry. People want to sit at home with their families. Nobody want to get out and carry their ass to your trifling ass store, man. You know why? Because all you doing is throwing out this bogus ass shit that ain't really worth anything. Because you know what? Like I said before, Black Friday is a scam. They do nothing but switch prices. All year it's this price. All year it's $20. Now all of a sudden Black Friday, before Black Friday, like I said, a month before Black Friday, they raised the price to 30. And you sitting here like, okay, damn. Then on Black Friday, they bring it down to 20 again. Oh, see, it's a deal. Ain't no damn deal. It been 20 all year. Dude, I don't got time for that. I have no time to play games with people. I have no time to waste my time. I've been sitting here thinking to myself, what is really going on? These companies don't care about us. They don't. All they care about is their bottom line. And I've been preaching this to y'all for the longest. I've been hearing people tell me, man, pay off your debt, pay off your debt. What the hell have that got you? Soon as you done paid off your debt, you see all this other shit happening, man. At one point in time, I was so happy I paid off my car note. Now I'm looking at it like shit. My credit went down because I paid off my damn car note. What is going on? Like each time you pay off some shit, your credit score go down. Motherfucker, look, you stop paying those damn bills, your credit score gonna go up. Watch. Dude, people are tired. They're tired of living like this. See, when you start talking about these new generations out here of young people, man, look, they going back home with mom and dad. They like, look, we're about to have some generational housing like it used to be back in the day. Why? Because people are looking at it like, look, there's nothing to gain by being out here by yourself. You're losing. And to be honest, you are losing. Anytime for to rent a room is $700. To rent a room is $700 here in certain places. Think about that. Do the math in your head. $700. What a person like me thinks is that the government know there's a lot of situations going on here. The housing crisis. Everybody know about that. They know the housing crisis is just one pin away from bursting, because that bubble already burst. But you know what? People still trying to put duct tape on it, with this 50-year mortgage shit, as a way to keep you paying forever multi-generational debt instead of, you buying a house over your 30 years and you leaving it to somebody else. No, they don't want that. They want you to keep on paying, bro. And you know what? There's a lot of inventory on houses sitting out here and apartments sitting out here. Chicago is one of them. Chicago, Florida, California. Shit, damn near every damn state got a damn influx or outflux of nothing but vacant homes, vacant apartments. Why? Because people can't afford this shit. They built too many of them. See, this is why they're trying to get rid of the credit score to qualify for homes and shit like that. And see, they're not talking about qualifying. They're talking about just giving you the loan. See, did you not get that? See, you think it's going to be all these hoops you got to jump through. No, it's not. They don't give you some shit and make sure. Be like, hey, look, your ass is going to, we can make the note as low as $1,000 a month. Yeah, they can. But guess what? You'll be paying for the damn home for 100 years, bro. You never gonna pay that motherfucker off. This is why I say sit back, pay attention, look around. Make sure you understand what your rights are as a American, man. Because we're sitting here dealing with a whole lot of shit, and people make it seem like I'm just wrong for talking and venting and talking about these damn prescriptions and this insurance scam and shit like that. You went up $40 on my insurance, and you telling me, oh, well, then the open enrollment period, they're shortening it. And see, this is the way they get you, whereas you cannot really, look into it. That way, if you miss it, oh, well, you got to wait till next time. See, this is what they do. It's all a scam. All of it is some sort of big-ass pyramid scheme. Insurance is the biggest damn scam. You're paying into insurance your whole life. Car, home, health, you paying into it your whole life. When you need it, there are so many damn discrepancies. But when you don't need it and they want your money, they all in there. They got their hand out, their hand in your damn pocket. This is why I say, man, make it make sense. You can tell that the country is in trouble. Look at the used car market. Motherfucker, none exist in here. Do you know how many used car lots they closed down here in Chicago? We used to have a street called, I think it was Cicero or Western. I think it was Western. You go down Western in Chicago, bro, there was so many damn used dealerships and, and brand new car dealerships. What happened was people holding on to their money. See, used to be if you could look at a car lot and be like, look, a lot of cars missing off this used car lot, people would take their liquid cash and go buy the car and just not have to pay a note. But now people are looking at it like, I might need to hold on to this cash. Why you think people are holding on to these damn jobs right now? They're looking at them and be like, instead of leaving, they like, I don't know right now. Shit is kind of dicey. Because soon as you try to, be like, I'm getting 2 weeks, they let you go. Whether or not, there's ways around all that. I heard people talking about, yeah, they'll let you go if you do this. And I'm like, man, I'm the one in charge of this account. And they talking about, we don't want you to give, important information to anybody else. This was when I was working at another job. And I had to let them know. I said, look, I'm going to keep it real. I said, my biggest thing is, it's what it is. You cannot do this any other way. It is what it is at this point, man. You want me to, you telling me you can't get this information to anybody, while you employed by us. Now, when you let me go, you tell me, oh, we need that information back from you. I said, I no longer work for you, so I can't give you that information. Now you sitting here mad talking about you don't get, lawyers involved. You can't get lawyers involved. I'm using your own logic on your ass. Man, you know what? This is why I say you got to pay attention. See, the biggest scammers out there are these damn jobs, are these damn grocery stores, retail stores. Man, you know what? They sitting there charging you for shit that they getting for pennies on a dollar. Look at Versace. Look at Louis Vuitton. Look at, what's that, those B purses. What you call those purses? That everybody got. But anyway, all that shit is made over in what, China somewhere? In a sweatshop? And all they do is take it back to, wherever their company is and stitch their logo inside and make it seem like they made it there. Why do you think these knockoffs look so damn good? Why do you think these knockoffs are passing for real? Because they made by the same damn people who make the fake purses. They making them red in the same damn plant. Make it make sense, bro. We sitting here basing our life on, just having shit. Look at these rappers. All of them broke. Look at Jay-Z. Broke as hell. Broke. I'm trying to figure out this motherfucker trying to take a loan out and can't get a loan. How do you not get a loan? Ain't you worth like $1 billion? What did I just miss? What just happened? You see where I'm going with this. See, we're not being told a lot of stuff. This is why I tell you to pay attention. A lot of people didn't understand what Kanye West was doing when he did what he did. Kanye West basically said all that shit for he get kicked out of that deal. They kicked him out of that deal and tried to sue him afterwards because they were like, oh, we left with all this damn product. You the one who did all this shit. Dude, you should be free to say whatever you want to in this country. People could be free to say whatever they want to you. But all of a sudden, you offend them in any way. They coming for your ass. Regardless of all this shit that we talk about with equality here and all that. Dude, I'm looking at all of this. This country is broken. They're talking about mass deportations and, they want to do a draft, if a war breaks out and they're drafting women now. And they might have to draft kids as young as 14. What are we doing? The hell you drafting 14-year-olds? Shit, they might know more about guns than a lot of people, but still, what are we drafting 14-year-olds? Dude, a lot of this shit is still on the chopping block. They've been talking about all this. They're talking about flying planes where you're standing up. How the hell does that work? How you gonna land with me standing up? How you gonna take off with me standing up? And how I'm gonna stand up that whole damn flight? People are like, well, I'll be okay with it. No, you won't. Do you realize most flights are damn near 2 or 3 hours? Think about it. If your flight is 5 hours, you standing for 5 damn hours, you better have a damn fit after a while. Because it's too much. They're trying to find a way to cut cost on every damn thing. If you notice, you go to White Castle, you notice the burgers taste different. You know, and you be like, no, that ain't the burgers. So I went and got some of the frozen White Castles, man. They're made different now. Used to be able to heat them up in a little plastic wrapper. You know, you can't do that anymore. You know, now you got to take them out and put them in like some microwave safe paper and put it on 20 seconds on one side and 20 seconds on the other side. And I'm like, man, for each burger, for each 2 burgers, man, that's going to take forever. It doesn't taste the same. It doesn't heat all the way through. You know, it still feel like it's cold. Dude, you know what? They fucked up all of this stuff. Trying to cut corners, man. Trying to save a buck. What are you trying to save a buck for? See, these companies are nickel and diming us for everything. You got all the money, but you still want more. And I know y'all say, but that's the nature of business, Unc. I get that. You can't have all the money and still want more. You got to leave some for people. You got to leave some for we can live, man. You know, like I told you about the pop. They going off over the pop because they said nobody buying it. Your pop is too expensive. Look at cereal. They had to put that shit on sale because cereal prices were ridiculous back in the day. Think about it. Back in the 90s and early 2000s, that shit was ridiculous. Then when they start doing those coupons and start putting shit on sale, that's when people start buying it. But, you know, before that, nobody spends $6 on a box of damn cereal. That's crazy as hell. That's blasphemy. Dude, look, when you telling me that my check didn't go up, I'm trying to figure out after I pay all my bills and shit like that, all the ones that I'm responsible for, and some of the ones we responsible for together, dude, it's like I got a few dollars in my pocket. I'm like, what is really going on? And people like, well, you know, you shouldn't have that. You shouldn't have no disposable income when you owe people. I'm going to explain something to you, and I'm going to say it over and over again. You're going to owe somebody to the day you die. When you die, you create a bill. When you're born, you create a bill. So tell me, you're born into debt and you die with debt. And you leaving that debt on some damn body else. How does that work? There's only 2 things constant in this world. Death and taxes. You're going to die one day and you're going to pay taxes. You're going to be paying taxes on everything. Think about it. You win a lottery for $1 billion damn dollars. You got to pay the lottery they share, which is probably half. Then you got to pay the federal government, which is 30 to, well, shit. It's basically like damn near 40 damn percent now. Supposed to be 30, but it's like 40% now. Think about it. After you done paid all of them, you got $1 billion. You may leave with like 300 million after all is said and done. People think you won $1 billion. You did win $1 billion, but you didn't get $1 billion. You got like 300 million if you took the lump sum. People not seeing that. People don't understand how people out here praying, you know, they're hoping, you know, they're wishing for a better way of life. They want a better way of life for them and their kids, man. You know, people telling me, hey, look, Unc, you know, everybody don't got it the same. Down here, we paying $1,500 for a 1-bedroom. You know, I said the same price as every damn where else. You just choose to stay where you want to stay. That's just real talk, bro. You got to get out here and look real hard to find something. You can find some deals in places, man, but people don't want to find those deals. People want full, you know, just full everything and just complain later. Can't always complain, man. Sometimes you just got to understand shit is what it is. Man, we are in a recession. Black Friday was a flop, a complete flop. But till later, thank you for watching. Peace out.